Hey, how you guys doing? Once again, happy bro building EV conversion Sunday 2025. You know what I'm saying? 2025. We here, we made it to 2025, and today is bro building 2025 EV conversion. And I'm happy to say, hey, the BRO-CEDES Mini, the BRO-CEDES Mini is coming along. Okay, it's coming along. We just got some parts today. I'm gonna show you what we got. I actually burnt out the motor controllers a couple days ago, and it's a common thing, just miscalculating power. But anyway, I got two motor controllers that just came in from Amazon. Here's the box right here. Okay, I'm doing the unboxing real quick, and we're gonna show you the other thing that we got. So we are gonna put the motor controllers in today. I just got through building something else, so I'll tell you about that in a minute. Come on, here. Get out of these packages. They want to come out the package. Come on. Okay. So this is what we got, the IBT controllers. I told you guys about these last time. I'm not going to take this one out of the package right now, but that's what these are. They're IBT. I forgot the model number on these, like 79 something. I'll try to put it in the description. But you get these on Amazon. They're like $6 a piece. Not bad. Like $6 a piece. I got both these for 12 bucks. $12. I think that I seen another seller selling them for 14. Somebody else they always sell them for different prices, so you got to try to find the best price. But I got these for like $6 a piece. And what these are actually they're motor controllers. They're motor controllers. So I think you can put up to 30 volts in these things, or 24 volts at I think it's 43 amps. 43 amps they'll handle. So these are motor controllers. Okay, I'm not gonna take this one out, but this is what they look like. Got a nice little heat sink on there. And what reason I had to get two, one's for the steering on the camera. I mean, one's on the BRO-CEDES, on the BRO-CEDES Mini, and on my other units as well. One's for the steering, and then this is gonna control the two motors. And the only reason I burnt it out is because when I was crossing wires the other day, testing things out, testing out different receivers and transmitters and all kind of other ECUs, I accidentally sent 12 volts into the 5 volt section. There's a section where this thing runs off of 5 volts. Okay, these run off of 5 volts, but you can actually run other voltage through them, through this the green connector right here. The green connector, you run power in and then power out, so you can actually run up to 24 volts on the power in and out. But on the smaller terminals right here, which I don't know if you guys can see, on the smaller terminals, it runs off of 5 volts. So either you got 4 double A batteries, and that's what I was doing. I was taking out the double A battery system that I had built into the BRO-CEDES. The BRO-CEDES originally had 4 double A batteries that was running the RC section and also running this. So I took all that out, and I used that car cigarette lighter. Yeah, I'm keeping it real. That car cigarette lighter adapter that I got from China for like, I think I paid like $2 for it, $2.50 or $2.79 or something. That has 5 volts coming out. So I took that 5 volts and I was rerouting everything, and I accidentally threw 12 volts in here. So I burnt 2 of these out. $6 though. These are $6. Now this is cheaper than buying a speed controller. If you got an RC car and you're doing all that racing and all that kind of stuff, those speed controllers cost a lot more. They're like, you know, $29, $30, whatever. Some of them are more. I didn't want to do that, so I found a cheaper way. And my original ones that I burnt out, I think I paid like $10 a piece for those at the time. So I found a better deal. Like I said, 2 for $12. 2 for $12. What can you get for $12 nowadays? How many tacos can you get for $12? Not very many, right? 2 for $12. Okay. Motor controllers, the IBT2. I think it's called IBT2, and it's another number, 79 something, whatever. I'll put these in the description if you're interested. So one's running the steering, and one is running the 12 volt motors. I actually burnt out one of the 12 volt motors too, but I replaced it with another one from another one of my Power Wheel units. That's the beauty of having other Power Wheel units. Okay, a lot of guys say, well, Tony, why you got all these toy cars? What are you doing? Well, let me explain something to the people that don't understand. This is practicing. This is basically practicing. So when I get ready to finish the big car, the real car, it's the same principle. Oh, it's the same principle. I already have the motor controller for the big car. I don't want to burn it out because it's pretty expensive. I think it was like 150 bucks for that mug. So yeah, I got the motor controller and I got the motor for the real car, the big BRO-CEDES we're gonna be building. We're doing that 2025. I decided I'm taking my time. I'm not rushing for nobody out there. So if you guys want to say, oh, thought you was gonna finish it next week. No, I'm not finishing it next week. I'll finish it when I get ready to, okay? When I get ready to. So anyway, that's what this is. This is practicing. You work with smaller models, you work with toys, you work with whatever you need to work with until you get ready to do your larger project. And it's been raining. It's been raining, it's been cold. I'm not gonna be out there working on no car, getting underneath no car, pulling out transmissions and all that kind of stuff in this type of weather. I'm sorry. So when it clears up, it gets warm, and I got the money to do it in the time, because like I said, there's things I want to get. I got to get new tires for that car. I got to get new wheels, new tires. You know, I still need a couple more batteries for the car. So I've decided to kind of divert my time into doing the mini projects, and that's what these are. So once again, came in the box, Amazon today, came earlier today, and we're gonna put these in. I'm gonna put these in tonight. It won't take me long. It'll probably take me like 15 minutes to hook those up. But we're not gonna drive the BRO-CEDES today. I decided we're gonna probably drive it another day. Let me tell you what I worked on last night. Okay, this right here is an actuator. Okay, this is your motor. This runs off of 29 volts supposedly, and this came out of one of those recliner chairs. I found this, believe it or not, and I'm not a hoarder. I found this maybe 6 months ago. I don't know how many months ago. I found it a while back, and I decided that it would be good for me. It was silver. I painted it. It was silver. I painted it. Here's the motor. The motor was black, but I painted all this right here last night. Didn't do a great job, but it's okay. This is an actuator that extends out. I think it's 14 inches. So this goes up and down, up and down, up and down. Just imagine that. So what I had to do is I had to make a mount for it last night. The mount's a little flimsy here. It's not perfect yet because I'm still working on it. This is a, I should just take this apart and show you. Well, I got it too tight now. But anyway, there's a bolt that's going through here. I put the bolt through here. I bolted in a nut. And this is actually a medicine bottle, okay? This is my dad's medicine bottle, and I painted it. I drilled a hole through there because I needed something flat. And then I drilled a hole through the top of, through the bottom of it, I think. No, through the top. I don't even have to take this off. Yeah, because this is a medicine cap. I can just pop it off. Should be able to pop it off. Yeah. And you can see the medicine cap right there. And what's wrong with my camera now? Come on. Come on, go back up. Sorry about that, folks. It got sidetracked. So this is a top. And yeah. This was a medicine cap, and this is the inside of the medicine thing. The medicine, whatever you want to call it, container. So I decided to make it because I wanted to be able to put different things on here and whatever, and make this tighter and whatever. So I made it to where I could just take it on here, snap it on here, and it should lock in kind of good. And it's kind of flimsy. I'll have to do some more work to it. But anyway, the purpose of this is this goes up and down, and since it goes up and down, we're going to put a camera on here. So I got a 1/4 20 threads on here where I can screw on a camcorder. I had a camcorder in my pocket. Yeah, I do got one in my pocket. Like this Sony camcorder right here. This little Sony camcorder. I paid $5 for the Sony camcorder about 4 years ago. I think it was like 4 or 5 years ago when I first came out here. Got on the bus and I went and got this camcorder for $5. And I made a video about it. It should be on the internet right now. If you're gonna go back 4 years from now and look at the video of me going out getting a camcorder, this is the camcorder that I got. It actually works good too. So say I want to put this camcorder on here, and it's not tightening up here. Hang on here. We'll just tighten it up from here. Okay. So you tighten up the camcorder, and then you would pop it on. That's what I wanted to kind of do here, but we may go with something else. We are going to go with something else for right now until I finalize this. So your camcorder's on here, and it's not tight. Why is it? Oh, no. Okay, it's the cap. I got to put a couple washers in there or spacers or something. Okay, so that part's tight, and it would just be like that. Okay, it'd be like that, and the camcorder will go up and down through the RC connection. So I had to order today another a relay, a double pole relay, in order to make this work. And this was kind of a challenge, to be honest with you. You see the wires are disconnected. This was kind of a challenge, to keep it real, because I didn't have the power supply that went with this. The power supply had melted, and I was like, wow. I saw that it took 29 volts, you know, 110, 120 volts, 60 cycles per second, AC 120 volts, 60 cycles per second. Don't let me get technical, because I can. And it went from that to 29 volts DC. So I looked at this motor. I said, it runs off of 29 volts. I don't have 29 volts, but I got 48 volts. So I took my scooter battery, lithium ion scooter battery that was 48 volts, and I started. It's got a DIN connector on here. You guys know what a DIN connector is? A DIN connector is like what they used to use for like stereo systems in cars back in the day. Alpine, Kenwood, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's a DIN connector. So it's got this DIN connector on here, round connector, and it had multiple wires coming out, and then it had 2 wires coming out on this side right here. And I got the other section already in the BRO-CEDES, because this is going into BRO-CEDES, believe it or not. This whole thing is going into BRO-CEDES. And I put it in there last night, measured it all out. I said, this is going to be pretty cool. So the reason that it's going to BRO-CEDES is because, once again, the camera is going to be lower, and then when I hit a button, the camera is going to raise up. Now, how cool is that? Because you got the cars pretty low on the ground. This is a pretty good height right here. It's going to catch everything that I need to catch. I may not use this camera. I may use one of my Sony action cameras. We are going to use a Sony camera. We don't know which one yet. But we are going to use a Sony camera, I believe. But I'm going to test it with my Mevo. I got a Mevo camera we're going to test it on. I'll tell you why in a minute. But this is for FPV. And that stands for first person view. First person view. They use that on drones. They use it on all these little cars that they're racing and doing all kinds of different things. Airplanes, drones. It's called first person view. So in other words, you can put these goggles on, these 3D not 3D goggles, but virtual goggles. And actually you can, while you're driving, you can see everything through the goggles, or you can just have it hooked up to a flat screen TV or whatever, or monitor. So mine, I'm not putting it on no goggles. I want to see where my product is. I'm not trying to put no goggles on and sit in the house and let my car drive down the street. There's guys that's doing that. I'm not doing that. I want to know where my product is. And it won't be too far from me. It may be 20, 30, maybe even 100 feet away from me. That's about it. But it's not going to be too far. So what I had to do is I did a lot of studying, and I said, in order for me to go FPV, first person view, in order for me to do that with the BRO-CEDES, there was a number of different ways. I could have bought a small camera. I could have bought the wireless receiver with the camera and the power supply and all these different things. And I started thinking about it, and I started breaking it down. I started looking at the quality, and I said, the quality's not there. I don't like the quality, and I don't like the amount of money that I will be spending. I really don't. I said, I need to be able to use what I already have. I tell you guys about this all the time. That's why we call it Bro Budget Building. Bro Budget Building Sunday. Bro Budget Building Sunday. Bro Budget Building Sunday. So I said, you know what? I got a bunch of cameras. I got a $5 camcorder right here. Why can't I use this? The quality on this thing is really, really good compared to those little tiny, small HD cameras. They're probably, some of them are good, but you got to pay a lot of money. I'm not paying all that money. So I decided, okay, we're going to go with this. We're going to make ours a little different. We're going to make ours go up and down. We want the camera to go up and down. I haven't seen anybody that did that on the FPV setup. And now we're also going to do it where it rotates and where it tilts. We want to be able to tilt the camera. We want to be able to rotate up, down, sideways, whatever. So I found this on the internet last night. I could not believe it. And bam, here it is. I built it. I had to build this thing too. This thing took me a while to build. It took me like, I'm not gonna lie, it took me like almost an hour to build this thing. And I don't recommend it for anybody that just wants to, I mean, if you got the time, it's like a puzzle. This is what we're gonna be using. You hear that little noise? That's the servos. Okay, how does this turn? I forgot. Oh. BRO-BOTIC. This is actually, I forgot the name of it. It starts with a Y, but it's a robotic pan-tilt system. And they use these for robots when they're making robots. And this thing took me a while. I had to put the bearings in there and all these screws and all these standoffs. It took me like an hour. Remember, I'll tell you the reason it took me like an hour. Because there's no instructions. Not one instruction. You just get, where's the box? It came in this box right here. Okay? Oh, here's the name on there. It's called Yahboom. Yahboom. That's what it's called. Okay, here's the box. Okay? It's called Yahboom. So, this thing was perfect. I saw a whole lot of these last night. I could have got one that was cheaper. I think there was one that was like